Hey y'all, it's Kate from LoveStory, and today I'm here to talk about some of my recent reads. And so if you've been watching, you're kind of expecting what some of these books are to be. But I thought I would just give it a shot anyways and see how it goes. Let me know what you guys think. If you want me to do individual videos on some of these books or continue doing just batches like this, let me know, because I'm open to suggestions any and always. So the first book I'm going to talk about is one you've heard me talk about a lot, especially on my check-ins, and that is The Book of Lost Fragrances by M.J. Rose. And this is a suspense novel, and there's actually two suspenses going on here, two mysteries. The first is the mystery of the lost fragrance that will connect two souls through reincarnation. It also is supposed to help a person remember their past lives that they've been reincarnated through. And so that theory just totally intrigued me. I love the idea of reincarnation, and I totally believe in it. And this idea of a fragrance that can help with that is amazing. I wish it was real. I don't know, maybe it is real. And then the other mystery is where Jacques' brother is. He went missing and there was a dead body found, and so half of the novel is talking about this mystery fragrance that Robbie, the brother, has found or thinks he's found, and then the other half of it is where is Robbie, what happened. And I just absolutely love this book. I can't say enough good things about it. I did give it 4 stars because I thought there were parts, especially near the beginning, that were a bit too long, and some parts that in the beginning didn't connect as well as I would have liked. You were thinking, what does this have to do with the rest of the story? But then they all did connect in the end in a really great way. So that's why I gave it 4, maybe 4.5 stars, I guess. I also just learned as I was preparing for this video that this book, The Book of Lost Fragrances, is actually part of book 4 in a series called The Reincarnationist series by the same author, M.J. Rose. And so this series, just on a very brief glance of the other books, looks to be like one of those series of kind of related books, but not books that you have to read in a certain order. They all deal with the same kind of idea, but different characters, I think, and different time periods. And so I'm definitely going to have to check out the rest of those books. The Book of Lost Fragrances is actually book 4, and I think there's 6 total books, but I can't wait to read those other books because I just loved this book, excuse me, both times I read it, and so I know I'm going to love the other books because it's such a cool idea and really exciting and helps me out in my own writing and my nonfiction writing. So I love that. The next book that I'm going to talk about is The 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom. I absolutely loved this book. I gave it 5 stars. Mitch Albom's writing is so simple and gentle and also sneaky. You're reading this book. I've also read Tuesdays with Morrie, which was just fantastic, also another 5 stars. And both books, you're reading them and you're enjoying them, and you're like, these are great books. You know, they're nice little short books. I'm enjoying them. And then he sneaks in a scene or two that just totally guts me. It was like in The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, there was one really quick scene that I read and I was just gutted, and I cried for a quick second or two, and then I moved on to the rest of the story. But it was just like, well, let me take a break, let me take a breather, process what I just read, and then I can move on. And I love it when books do that because they actually make you think about what you read instead of just reading through them and finishing and not really thinking about what you read. And so that's what Mitch Albom's writing does to me. It makes me think while I'm reading, which is my favorite part of reading. And I loved the premise of this book, the idea of meeting 5 people in heaven that you had known in either a very real way or a very small way during your life, and learning learning a life lesson from it while you're in heaven before you can move on to the afterlife, essentially. And then you go on to be one of 5 people for someone else. And this book was just so heartwarming and endearing. It made me cry and smile and all of the emotions that I love to have in one book. So well done, Mitch Albom. 5 stars for the 5 people you meet in heaven. Well worth the read. It's a short book, as you can see. 200 some pages, maybe. Not even. 196 pages. And these are thick pages too, so that's a good, if you need a short read, I highly recommend the 5 people you meet in heaven. And then I'll throw in here The Devil Wears Prada by Weisberger, which, as you've seen in other videos, I did not enjoy at all. I gave it 2 stars because I thought the story was there, kind of. It was a good storyline. It was decent, I'd say, but the writing was just such crap. It was, writing and the editing was horrible. I couldn't sympathize with really any of the characters except for maybe Miranda or the boyfriend or Lily. And it was really disappointing because I loved the movie so much. That's one of my favorite movies, absolutely. But reading this book was just so different than the movie. It was not good at all. I do not recommend it. Skip it. Don't read any of I read it, and then I went on to read Revenge Wears Prada. I thought, you know, I'll give her a second chance. Maybe it's just, you know, first book, getting that out of the way. And Revenge Wears Prada was slightly better, but it also made me DNF it, which I haven't done, and I don't even know how long. 10 years maybe? 5 years? But, so Revenge Wears Prada takes place about 10 years after The Devil Wears Prada. And, like I said, the writing was better, but the story was still crap. The characters were still crap. And I just couldn't do it. And so I DNF'd book 2 and really wished, now that I've started DNFing books, really wished I had DNF'd number 1 and not wasted my time on that. But I did, so I gave The Devil Wears Prada 2 stars and technically 1 star to Revenge Wears Prada because that's all Goodreads will let me do. It won't let me actually mark it as DNF except for putting it on a shelf. So I gave it 1 star and marked it as read so I didn't fool myself again to go back to it because it's not worth it. But anyways, that's my recent reads. For now, The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, The Book of Lost Fragrances, Devil Wears Prada, and The Revenge Wears Prada. I'll put them all in the description below. Let me know what you're reading, what you've recently read. If you've read any of these books, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you all think about it. What do you think I should be reading next? And that's it for now, and we'll talk to y'all again soon.